Hello guys, welcome back to my backyard garden. As you can see, it's a bit of a mess in my backyard right now. Why? Spring is almost here. Okay, now where I'm at, we still gonna get a few more snow shower, but now is the time to get ready. Okay, so today I have a very nice video if you are into growing berries, specifically blueberries. Okay, yeah, blueberries, the king of all berries. Now I would say it's a super antioxidant superfood, the king of berries for sure. So it's one of my favorite and one of my most coveted plant to grow. So it's all started with blueberries. Let me show you what I have and how you can go about planting a few in containers. Let's do it. Now these right here are only half of the blueberries that I have. The other half is inside my screen glass house over there. Okay, so yeah, I have a lot of blueberries, specifically almost 20 different variety of blueberries. So before I show you how to plant a blueberry in container, let me show you the stages of a blueberry plant. Okay, look at here. Right here, all you see are mostly twigs. Okay, but I can assure you this plant will put on a bunch of leaves and flowers, which in turn into blueberries. Okay, right now this is what you would call a dormant blueberry plant. And here you can see the small buds starting to come out soon. So that is what blueberry is gonna look like in the winter when they go dormant. All right, let me show you the second stage, which is this plant right here. Now this one is starting to leaf out, and you can see some of the flower pods or buds coming out. Okay, and the stem are starting to turn green. That's the second stage. Here we got another one that's basically starting to awaken. Okay, all the flower pods, buds are coming out nicely. Okay, and the stem are turning green. The third stage, this is what they will become. Okay, all these are flowers, which will turn into nice size berries. Okay, let me give you some tips on where you can grab yourself some nice blueberry plants. Okay, now I recommend, if you want the variety that you want, to look online. Okay, online will be your best bet, but purchasing it in person from Home Depot, Lowe's, or Tractor Supplies is probably your best bet right now. Spring is coming up, so they should have in their inventory a few blueberries for sale. Okay, and I would think they would choose the variety that do well in your area. Okay, so here, let me show you what size and what the plant would to expect from one of these local retailer. Okay, right here is a blueberry plant that I just got from Home Depot yesterday. Now this is what you can expect to get from a local retailer. Okay, right here is about 2 to 3 foot high, so it's a nice size to get started with, okay? Now, as you can see, there's a few flower buds coming out. So it will give you fruits this year for sure. Don't expect a lot, okay? You're not gonna get pounds and pounds of berries. Not until your 3rd or 4th year. But you should get a few handful. Okay? It's about a gallon. So, and from what I've seen over the years, these average price is about $12 to $14, okay? So now is the good time to get them. So you can choose a healthy bush, okay? You want something that's more where the stem does not intertwines, okay? You want it more spread out, okay? Check for any damage. Look to see if there's any flower buds coming out. That means it's doing well, okay? And here I got a smaller plant, but a much rarer and tastier variety, I would think. This right here is a pink lemonade, okay? Yeah, it's very small compared to all these other ones, okay? But if you order it online, this is what to expect. These go for around $7 to $10. But if you water it correctly, feed it well, and take care of it, in 1 year, this guy right here can turn into this guy next year. So if you like me and want to try different variety, then online is the place to go, okay? On another note, make sure you get 2 to 3 different varieties, okay? Do not get the same. Right here I have a legacy blueberry plants. Do not get 3 or 2 of the same. With blueberries, yes, some are self-fertile, but if you get 2 or 3 different varieties, they do much better, okay? You will get more fruit, and the berries would be much bigger. So you have to get at least 2 minimum. If not, forget it, okay? Yeah, just forget it. Get 2 of different variety. Also, depending on your area, you might consider different type of blueberries. There are 2 or 3 variety of blueberries. One is called Northern High Bush, one is a Southern High Bush, and third, a Rabbit Eye variety. Rabbit Eyes, which I have here, they do a lot better in the South, okay? South Texas, Northern Florida, those type of area. But in the North, if you're trying to grow Rabbit Eyes, they will bloom very early, okay? And if you leave them outside, you won't get any berries. So if you have a greenhouse or a garage where you can put them in, then yes, I recommend Rabbit Eyes. And here is a Northern High Bush, okay? This right here is a blue crop. So with a high bush, they are able to withstand winter real well. I mean, I got a lot of these and I left them outside and they are starting to leaf out. So yeah, Northern High Bush, they are used to the cold. Okay, let's get started on my potting mixture and how you can plant your own blueberries. Now when you get them, you see this container is a 1 gallon. It's too small for this plant, okay? The soil is gonna dry out in the summer heat. And with blueberries, you let the root dry out for a day or 2, consider them dead. Yeah, so up potting them into a bigger container is important. Okay. Here I got a 2 to 3 gallon size container. I already put in my mixture. I will show you how I may make this mixture. Okay, come out here. Now, you don't have to make your own mixture, but I recommend you to if you are planting a lot of blueberries. If not, you can just buy a bag of whatever you can afford, some good potting mix soil, okay? It has to be potting mix, not garden soil. It has to be a potting mix soil. Buy what you can afford, but the main thing is you gotta add, okay? You gotta add some peat moss to that bag. So let's say if you use 2 scoops from the potting mix bags, mix in about 1 scoop. So I would say 2 to 1. Okay? With blueberries, they love an acidic soil. So let me explain. The reason why blueberries are such a hard plant to grow are because they require a very acidic soil. I'm talking about a pH of about 4 to 5.5. Now they will survive in pH of 6, but the optimum growth condition is a pH of 4.5 to 5. Okay, and their roots are very sensitive to drought. So if at any point the root dry out, the plant will suffer. Now I have my fair share of blueberries death. Okay, I first started growing them outside in my garden. I amended it with sulfur, all kind of peat moss, pine bark. Yeah, they don't handle the summer heat very well. I even had a drip irrigation. Nope, cannot use tap water, okay, your house water. No. Let me explain some more. Your house water, which I already done a test on my house water to test the pH. It came out to about 7.5 to 8. Yeah. As you can imagine, the more you water your potting or your blueberries plant with your house water, however you try to make the soil acidic, that water would nullify whatever you do. Okay? So, yeah. So, take my advice, plant your blueberries in containers. That way you can control how you water it, okay? Back to our container mixture right here. Okay, that is what you get whenever you mix them all together. Look at that. When I clump them together, they break apart easily. Very important, guys, very important. You don't want to use any type of cow manure compost or soil, okay, from the ground. You want something like this. As time goes on, these will slowly break down. This mixture is important because they allow for water to drain well, okay, through the bottom. You don't want your plant to be, you don't want the plant to have wet feet, okay? They will rot and they will die. With this, their roots will get plenty of oxygen, but they will also stay moist but not wet, okay? That is important. Moist but not wet. So yeah, okay, let's get started on planting. So I like to add in a couple handful, then put it in my container. Make sure this is level almost to the top, okay, which I need to add a few more handful. Try and do this one hand holding the camera, so excuse the shakiness of the video. See if that's enough. Okay, should be good. Now let me see if I can do it with one hand. Just tap the blueberries on the side so you can remove it from the pot. Just give it a few taps. Some good tapping, okay? If I'm doing it with two hands, it'd be way easier, but I got to record. Let me see if I can pull it out. There we go, guys. Okay. There's the blueberry plants, roots. Look at that. The soil mixture they use is very similar to what I recommend, okay? There's basically peat moss, pine bark, some perlite, and you can see some slow release fertilizer, the Oscomote slow release. See those yellow dots? Now look at the root system. As you can see, it's very fine, okay? If you do see bigger roots in a circle, make sure you untangle it by hand lightly, okay? Since this plant does not look root bound to me, I will directly place it inside the container. All right, now I will grab the soil and put it on the side and compact it in nicely. All right, guys, I'm gonna turn off the camera real fast and finish what I'm doing. Be right back. Okay, you can see that's how I fill the container. Okay, now a very important advice: make sure after you're done, get some of the leftover pine bark and apply an inch or so on top. Now this is important because you want your blueberry roots, which blueberry roots, they are very close to the surface, okay? The root does not go down deep. They are very shallow, okay? So you got to put on a good layer of mulch. That way the soil stays moist and does not dry out on you, which, like I said, would kill your plant fast. Okay, that's that. I'm going to water it in until the water come out from the bottom, and there you have it, a good potted size blueberry plant. Okay, so in conclusion, with blueberries, remember, they like an acidic soil, okay? And they must not dry out. And if you're planting a few plants, do what I suggest. Water them with rainwater if you can, or amend your tap water by adding a few tablespoons of vinegar to a couple gallons of water and water them that way. Also, for your potting soil, if you don't want to make your own mixture, get a good garden potting mix, but be sure to add in the sphagnum peat moss, okay, and a few of the perlite with the fertilizer that I recommend. Do that, take care of your berries, okay, and this should do well for you. Okay,